something you'll never in a million years hear those black Trumpers and those Trump supporters talking about. And that is Donald Trump signs an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education, which I don't rock with, nor do I agree with. And he got Linda McMahon's old school white supremacists behind in charge of doing it. And basically, from what I gather, what Donald Trump is attempting to do with this whole dismantling the Department of Education, he's attempting to take the power and control of the public school system from a federal level and them having jurisdiction over it and kick that power and jurisdiction on down to a state level. And this will have widespread grave ramifications. It will lead to job loss, you name it. Children will be hurt and affected by this, because the public school system is going underserved right now and is deprived of resources and aid. And it's up under federal control. So can you imagine the widespread and grave ramifications that it will have if the state's in control of this? A bunch of foolishness and nonsense will be going on. It will have grave ramifications, and a good bit of our black youth who go to the public schools, who depend on public school system for an education, will be harmed by this. Our children will be harmed, and children in general will be harmed by this because let's keep this thing real. The public school system is in the urban community, the inner city, and like I said, the inner city, the public school system in general goes underserved in terms of resources and aid, and let's keep this thing all the way real on another aspect as well. The public school system has some of the poorest test scores throughout the nation and some of the poorest and lowest attendance rates. And this ain't no coincidence, it's done by design because maybe if the teachers had adequate resources at their disposal in terms of new textbooks and computers to where though they could really teach our kids will then put their best foot forward in terms of their learning, take their curriculum a little bit more seriously because our kid, it's not that our kids can't do the work, our kids ain't intrigued, they ain't excited, they ain't got no enthusiasm about, doing the work because the teachers feel underserved and underappreciated, because they can't get the adequate resources, they need. They don't take no pride and, have no ethics in their job. So they just going to school, to get a paycheck. And this in turn wears off on the kids. The kids can tell that the teacher don't really want to be there, so in turn, our youth don't put their best foot forward in terms of their curriculum and academics. But on the other hand, if the teachers did, feel a little bit more valued and to where though they were provided with the resources and necessities they need to ensure that they could get their job done and actually, teach the kids something, they'll come to school with a new pride in themselves and engage the student more. And the student in turn will put his best foot forward in terms of their curriculum. So instead of Donald Trump trying to dismantle the whole Department of Education, he should be trying to funnel resources into the inner city, the public school, not to dismantle it, because um, he's what they doing is funneling all the resources to predominant areas in the suburbs to where people are well to do and extracting resources from the inner urban communities. And I don't agree with that, nor do I rock with it. If you're going to be fair, play all the way fair around the board. Don't just prioritize one area because they well to do in terms of area code and people might be a little bit well off up in them areas in favor of extracting things from the urban and inner cities. I don't rock with that. This is why I don't rock with Democrats or the Republicans because neither of which did a damn thing nor are for my people. Just my thoughts on the matter. But Donald Trump is doing a bunch of foolishness and nonsense right now. Peace.